Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Cheeky Couch podcast. It is Friday. Friday is where we just casually talk about things going on in the media. And oh boy, I think we all know what we're going to start off with today. So unless you live under a little Kardashian-free rock, you'll know that Khloe is having another child with Tristan via surrogate. And congratulations to Khloe and Tristan. Okay, let's get into this. So I'm not going to bore you with all the details because I know everyone's talking about it everywhere. I really just kind of want to jump to my opinion here. There is something that really annoys me about this situation, and it's not even the fact of Khloe having another child with Tristan. So people are pissed because obviously Tristan is kind of a woman eater. He's had multiple children at the time of being with Khloe and having his child with Khloe. And he has another child that we saw at the end of this past season of The Kardashians. He conceived a child with another woman while he was with Khloe. It was after his birthday party, and it was at the time that Khloe was wanting a son. What's interesting about this, and we truly do not know the exact time frame of this child because the only information we have is from TMZ.com, like verified TMZ. It is supposed that the child is due like any day. We could be right, we could be wrong, and the child could actually already even be here. We really, really don't know. So we don't know the exact lineup, but it is suspected that he was having his other child with the woman that he had slept with after his birthday party around the time that him and Khloe were going through the surrogate process. And again, we don't even know how far, they had been going in it. Maybe it was already happening because we just don't know. And I have to say, it makes a lot of sense obviously the Kardashian sisters would be so furious at Tristan again for doing this to Khloe. But in the show, when Kim is freaking the F out about Tristan doing these things and this information coming out, she keeps saying, Khloe wanted a son, Khloe wanted a son. So is it possible that the surrogate, already was, in process? We just don't know. And, okay, so that's really painful and awful. I feel sad for Khloe because she said in the show they were going through couples counseling, and the season started off with them kind of just being friends again. And then near the end, Khloe had kind of insinuated that around the time of Kourtney getting engaged, her and Tristan had kind of gotten back together. I don't know if a full relationship, but I think that they had been rekindling a little bit. And they were in counseling, for the love of God. They were working at it. So everyone is super duper mad at Khloe for making this decision to have another child with Tristan. I understand that argument. I totally do. I think, for one, and most importantly, people are so annoyed with Tristan because he has supposedly yet to visit his newborn son. Well, not newborn now, but his most recent child. Supposedly, he still has not met that child yet. And so, that is so fucked up. And, that makes my skin crawl. I can't stand that for that other woman. I don't care if it was just a one-night stand or if he's been ordered to stay away by Khloe. That is his kid. You should meet it. Hello, it's not rocket science. You should meet your kid, right? And be there to support. So for that reason alone, it is so cringe that Khloe would have another child with Tristan. It just is. However, and there are many arguments to this, so I'm not saying I'm right. I feel Khloe doesn't even care about Tristan. I don't think Khloe gives a fuck that he cheated recently and that, all this keeps coming out about Tristan, all around the freaking clock, I don't think Khloe gives a fuck. Personally, and I have no way of knowing this is literally just fan guess here. Just from watching Khloe since Kardashian season 1, I have Khloe's autograph. Thank you to my sister. I'm a huge Khloe fan. My heart resides with Kourtney, but how do you not love Khloe? I personally feel that Khloe, quite possibly, maybe only wants 2 kids and decided to go there are many reasons why she chose a surrogate, but I just have this feeling that Khloe really doesn't care for Tristan. You can only be hurt so many times before it's just dead, It's just, you might love them and care for them and they are a great father to your child, not to his others, but yours. I don't think it's unfathomable that Khloe would decide to just have her maybe possibly final child with Tristan so her kids have two biological parents, and that's it. I think it's fully possible that she made this decision knowing, very well knowing that he's not a loyal guy. He's not going to be a loyal partner. He's not husband material, but she has a certain amount of comfort with him, and maybe she doesn't want to deal with multiple fathers to her kids. I have friends who have multiple fathers to their children, and it's not that they're actually not all wonderful. One of my friends, for Father's Day, they all come over and they have a barbecue, and it seems amazing, and everyone gets along, and that's really effing cool. But maybe for Khloe, she just didn't want to deal with all that, and so she has made a decision for herself, literally not even Tristan, to say, I want my children to have the same father. I know that he's a dirtbag. I know everyone's going to laugh at me, but this is what I want. I have more money than God. I technically don't need him to raise this child. I mean, I have everything in the world to support me. We have 1,000 helpers and, more money than God. I'll be fine. And so maybe she just wants this. She knows they make absolutely beautiful babies. True's face. I'm sorry. You guys know I'm trying to get pregnant, so I'll cry when I talk about kid stuff because I've been trying for so long unsuccessfully. No, I'm not pregnant. Baby fever hits you really no joke, and I've been suffering for 2 years. I've been in an insane depression. I'm doing better now. Anyway. I just think it could be highly likely that Khloe just wanted him as her basically sperm donor, okay? I think he makes a lovely sperm donor to her. She knows they make beautiful babies. He's a handsome fella, and True looks so much like him. She has his beautiful eyes and his nice little cheeks. I'm a cheek girl. Oh, I want my baby to have big cheeks. Anyway. Now, to speak kind of against my opinion, I saw a lot of people saying that just the logic of wanting your children to have the same biological father as each other is not worth parenting again with Tristan. This one, on one hand, it's crazy because there are multiple baby mothers in this situation. So for some of them, I would say, yeah, it's absolutely not worth it because he's being a shit dad. On Khloe's side, I don't think he's gonna not come around for Khloe. So I don't think, and I'm not saying that's okay. He should not ignore his other children. That's the part that I have a hard time about. But I don't think Khloe ever has to worry about that. Khloe is number one celebrity family in the limelight. If he stops coming around, he's gonna get shit for the rest of his life. Unfortunately, simply because these other mothers aren't insanely famous, no one really cares that he's not visiting his other children. I mean, that's the heartbreaking part to me. So for me, I could not have another child with him based on the fact that he treats my child's half siblings like crap. It treats them like they're nothing. I know he has two others, and I'm kind of generalizing because I actually don't know how much time he spends with them. So if he does see them regularly, I don't mean it that way. I just mean for the newer one that it doesn't seem like they have met yet. That is what everybody says. And I mean, we only know so much. I find that part to be so awful. And for that reason, I wouldn't want another child with him. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night knowing there are other children who are being ignored by my child's father when he's over all the time for me. That would make me feel awful. Just woman to woman, girl code. I couldn't allow it. That is the part that I can't stand. But I'll be honest, and I'm not saying it's right, I don't think Khloe has to worry about that. I think Tristan will continue to support her children and come around and things like that. He seems to be great with True. This is just tough. This is really tough. I just think everyone's looking at this from the wrong way. I think everyone's calling Khloe so stupid. How could she do this? That he's not a good guy. And I really don't think Khloe cares. I think Khloe just wanted his goods, if you know what I mean. She wanted his swimmers. She wants, another child with him. And it's not about being together as a family. It's not about them being married or living a long, happy life. Let's be honest. They absolutely will not. No, they will have long, happy lives. I'm saying not together. I don't see them tying the knot, his and her towels, making breakfast on the weekends. I don't know that I see it. Coming home with dinner. I mean, I don't know. Is this how rich people live? Or am I just thinking about basic world? I don't know. I don't see it happening for them. How could you? He's been so horrible. He's hurt you so many times. And let's be honest, you guys didn't even start off on a good track. He was with somebody else when Khloe met him. I mean, it's been messy since day one. So I think Khloe is just getting what she wants. She doesn't care that everyone thinks she's stupid. Obviously, she knew everyone was going to think she was dumb for this situation. I mean, hello. And she did it anyway. I think this is what Khloe wants. And the whole thing is we actually don't even know what their relationship is. We don't know their rules, their boundaries. Say they have an open relationship. We don't freaking know. We only know so much. And so I don't like to judge Khloe, and I do think Khloe's like smarter than people give her credit for, and I think she decided she was going to do what's best for Khloe. And in her mind, this is it. She knows Tristan's going to run around. He can't stop. He can't keep his dick in his pants. She knew this, you know? I don't know. That's just my general opinion. I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts. My bottom line is he needs to meet that other child and better be supporting them fully as well. I don't care if it was just a hookup. I don't care if it was a one-night stand. You have brought a child into this world, and if you don't meet that baby, I mean, I can't imagine doing that. It's for that reason that Tristan is such a villain to me. I don't care how cute he is and how sweet, and if he takes care of Khloe, which, I mean, I don't know what even that would look like. I don't know. It's just it is a fucked up situation. I'm not gonna lie to you. It really is. But my problem lies with how he is treating his other baby mothers and his children. His children. And I hope Khloe realizes, and she might, we don't know the extent of this, but True and their, oncoming child have other siblings. They have half siblings. And I really, really hope that there's no isolation thing that happens. I don't know that they've met yet. I'm sure it's hard. I'm sure it's hard to like, oh yeah, let's all get together for a picnic when clearly, the timeline's a little funny with everybody. It's not good. It's probably a lot of, hurt and pain there. But I just hope Khloe doesn't keep everyone separate. They deserve to know their siblings. And, ooh, it's so messy. Oh my gosh, it's so messy. This stuff gives me anxiety. Anyway, what do you guys think? I need to know your opinions on this. This is me just kind of like rambling about it, how I feel about it. So I'm sure I missed 1,000 different angles because there are a ton of different angles with this situation on ways you could look at it. And I know in the comments you guys will let me know everything that I missed because I'm sure there's a lot and I need to hear what you think about this situation. For me, I think Khloe just wanted the sperm. She knows he's a, cheater, pumpkin eater. And I don't think she wants a serious love with him. I just do not. Moving on, I want to talk about the Ace family for a minute, primarily Catherine McBroom. If you don't know about the Ace family, they are a family here on YouTube. Austin and Catherine are married. They have children, and they just did an Ace Fest, like little carnival thing. It looked cute. It looked fun. That's not why we're talking about them today. Catherine McBroom has supposedly talked about the fact that she uses little mushies, little psychedelic mushies. I don't know what I can say on YouTube, so I'm saying mushies, okay? Little rooms, okay? I have scoured the internet. I don't know if she has some type of members only situation or if I just missed an Instagram story and for some reason no one has posted it anywhere because I've looked on the Reddits, I've looked on fan pages, I've looked everywhere for Catherine speaking about these shroomies, okay? I can't find this freaking post at all. But on Def Noodles, he posted some screenshots of her Insta stories where she was answering questions about this situation. And I have a few things to say about this. So someone asked Catherine on her Insta story, "Are you promoting the magic mushrooms online? Just curious because it's not what I expected from you." Catherine said, "Promoting isn't the correct word. More like being vulnerable and sharing what I know is to be the truth. Something most of the world is lacking in today's time. Most people are promoting hate speech, bullying, violence, lab-created medicine, red flag, liquor, all things that are truly poison. Most people are conditioned by the Matrix, double red flag. This got a little close to QAnon type of shit, but anyway, it's time to reverse it. I'm also a 31-year-old woman with a lot of life experience and still haven't shared my story to the world yet. The irony, ... I mean, not for nothing, Catherine, like, your guys' life is like YouTubing. Like, you could share your story literally anytime you felt comfortable. Not that I'm pressuring you, but that whole sassy kind of like, the irony, I haven't shared my story yet. It's like, what have you been doing? Tell Austin to take a seat for a minute so you can share your story. Everything I share is extremely authentic to me. And then someone said, just curious and no hate, do you not support any lab-created medicine? What about the kind that actually saves lives? Just wondering, not hating. Which I just have to say, it's really funny that her fans preface their questions with no hate, no hate, no hate, because I imagine they probably get a lot of hate, because it's just funny that they both say that. So, I mean, it's not funny. I don't commend bullying. Kind of interesting detail. Catherine said, in my opinion, lab-created medicine is only a band-aid. Plants heal, nature heals. That's my opinion, and we can agree to disagree. That's fine, too. So somewhere in the interwebs, she was talking about experimenting, or she uses some sort of natural source. You know what I mean? So I can't find this anywhere. If you guys could tag me in it, if you see it, that would be amazing, because I'm so curious about what she said or what she was doing. But one of the questions did say magic shroomies, so I'd have to imagine that's what she was talking about. I just want to say, first of all, if Catherine is using little mushies to, I don't know, work on herself or some type of healing thing, I don't blame her at all. I don't judge her, and I actually do it myself. And I have to tell you that it has been a godsend for me. Mind you, I do it with a professional, someone trained in this, so it's not like I won't be just sitting at home tripping balls, nothing like that. I've never even done it to that extent. I'm also not trying to promote it or recommend it. That's something you need to figure out on your own and do with a professional. Depending on your state, or if you want a little trip to the East Coast, there are guides here. And medical professionals, there's actually like companies here that can walk you through that situation and help you out. For me, there are things that I have thought about every day for my entire life. And once I started this, I did not think about them pretty much ever again. If I think about it now, it's something that I actively have to try and think about. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, before I ever tried it for years, these things haunted me every single freaking day. It doesn't matter how long ago it happened, it haunted me every single freaking day. I mean, you can read all the studies and science on it you want. There's a lot out there about healing trauma with it and things like that. So I don't judge her or blame her for trying that. We don't know what's happened in Catherine's life that she keeps private to herself. Maybe she needs the help. The only problem I have here is, when you're a family channel, it's a little sussy. A lot of her followers are very young, and so for that reason, I would probably hold off unless you're sharing it on some type of members only where people have to like actively enter a credit card or something, or if there's some type of age confirmation you have to do, if you have more of an adult place to talk, then I'd say, shout it to the rooftops because it's amazing. But because her viewers are so young, that does weird me out quite a bit. I don't like her spread, this whole matrix thing and the lab-created medicine. This is an interesting situation because she's not right and she's not wrong. You know what I mean? I myself have a lot of difficulty with prescribed medications, only because I've had people in my life, my own family members. I'm going to be honest with you, my own grandmother, who had a nutso doctor who prescribed her everything under the sun, and my grandmother was addicted to medication. My grandmother, okay? And what she was using was insane, the quantity she was given. And I remember some really scary moments. She's not with us anymore, but I remember some really scary moments when she was so clearly not okay. And all the things she was hopped up on. She's a grandmother. So I have a lot of qualms with the medication world, as we all should. They're valid. However, I don't like the whole, slamming of all medications. Medicine is wonderful. It is a wonderful thing. I mean, it's amazing. People die without it. Hello? I hate these extremes. I hate these all or nothing opinions. It's like, nope, nature for everything, Nature's gonna cure your cancer, okay? It's gonna cure your diabetes. I don't think we should be talking about medicine when we don't have medical degrees. I think there are so many problems with the pharmaceutical world. It is unbelievable. However, they do save lives. Yes, they can also ruin lives, which I've seen in my own life. I mean, just even people getting addicted to things that they actually needed and they were being given too much. It's a scary slope. Medicine is super, super scary for sure. But I don't think we can just lump it all in as good or bad and be like pro plants and pro. I mean, we're getting dangerously close to anti-vax vibes here. And that's what I don't like. When she says that to a bunch of young kids, I mean, I don't want to get into vaccines again because I know we're all a little sick of talking about that. Don't be anti-vax. Vaccines are a good thing for you. They are. And so I hate that she's spreading that message. That concerns me more than any mushrooms or any other fun things she might participate in. It's those impressionable young minds. Yeah, Catherine is probably just not the person to do it. And I understand she probably feels really bogged down by their content. I could never have a family channel. First of all, I don't agree with family channels at all. I don't think they should be allowed. I don't know why they're not banned from YouTube. I don't think it's okay whatsoever. Those kids are being exploited. They are earning the money and they probably won't ever see a dime because mommy and daddy are spending it on $1 million houses and everything else. I hate family channels with a passion. It shouldn't be allowed. And I find that to be more dangerous than this matrix that it's just the hypocrisy for me, okay? Being so afraid of medicine, but literally not fearing your children being exposed to the internet and the millions of people there to look at your children at all times. I don't, come on now, okay? You're doing worse. You're doing worse. And the Matrix comment, Anyway, that's all I have to say about that situation. Moving on. There wasn't a ton else I wanted to talk about, but there's just one thing in particular. I'm sure you guys have seen Addison Rae and everything going on with her father. If you haven't, it was alleged that he was having an affair. I think Addison confirmed that her parents have been separated for a year. Tana accused Addison's father of having a COKE problem. And all I can think about is Addison. I know that I'm not the only girl who has grown up with a father who may or may not have, have had how do I say this? It's not always been easy, and that's what I'll say. And I grew up in an extremely small town. Extremely small town. All your friends' dads are on the police squad. Actually, my uncle is the principal of the high school. I lived in one of those communities, okay? So sometimes when you have a parent or parents who are going through it, it fucking sucks. And I just see Addison and I feel like I'm looking at me, but in high school. And it sucks. And it's really freaking hard. And so I just want to hug her, hearts out to her. Have any of you felt like that? I mean, I don't want you to, share too much that you don't feel comfortable sharing, but, parents are still just people. They still have their own demons, some bad, some even worse. And it's the hardest, I swear, it's the worst state in the world when you realize your parents are people. That is the worst. You realize your parents are not necessarily heroes. Yes, heroes in their own lights and moments in time. But they're also people with their own problems, their own struggles. And that's just the worst fucking day to realize that. And I'm sure she realized that a long time ago. When things like this are happening, you don't just find out in the news. It's something that I can only suspect, this is just speculation, that she is probably worried about coming to the surface for a long time. So think about that anxiety, that overwhelming anxiety of all of a sudden you're just catapulted into fame and you have a parent that's a little loosey-goosey. It is effing scary. Oh, and I cannot imagine it on her level, Oh my gosh, how frightening, how frightening. So thumbs up for trauma. Yay. Remember those, mushies I was telling you about? Yeah. We all have our shit, and we're just trying to deal with it and get by. So I just wanted to hearts out to Addison, and she'll be okay. She'll be fine. It's not her fault. It's almost more the embarrassment and how hard that can be. But I wish that whole family well, and I wish Addison well, because she is cute as a button. Also, when is Trisha Paytas giving birth? I know that Trisha has made many, many, many mistakes, okay? I gotta Google this now. I feel like she's been pregnant forever. Oh, they're doing September? Team Ethan Klein, always. I've been an H3er for quite a while. But I know how much Trisha wanted to be a mother. I'm not saying, again, we just talked about how parents are people too and they have their problems. I hope everything will be well. I just kind of have baby brain right now, and so anyone who's pregnant, I'm obsessed with, and I love, and I'm just so excited for them. I hope it helps to change Trisha. And I know children don't change you. They don't fix anything. They don't make anything better. It makes things harder, but I would hope in some ways, she will think twice about what she puts on the internet when she sees that little precious baby's face. I mean, I haven't seen her in the drama in a minute. Unless I've missed it. I haven't seen her say anything too wild. So hopefully she really is just, getting ready and enjoying her last few months of pregnancy. Such an interesting situation. That situation, isn't it? We won't talk about it because Hila is Hila is my queen. Hila, I'm team Hila, so I'm terrified. But hopefully it all works out. Babies bring people together. Everyone loves a new baby. You guys, that is it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed your Friday, and I will see you this weekend. And this weekend is so exciting because we are doing Real Housewives finales. We have New Jersey finale, which is iconic. Teresa's table flip. We will be getting into that tomorrow. And then on Sunday, we have Real Housewives of Orange County. And Sunday's episode is so effing long because I actually missed it last Sunday. My laptop broke. I had to get it fixed. It's been a bad week. So Sunday's Real Housewives of Orange County will include last weekend's episodes plus the finale episodes. So it is a big one. I am so excited for that. I can't wait to see you guys this weekend. Don't forget, you can always listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, all those places. I'll have them listed down below. Please give me a thumbs up, and a rating on Apple Podcasts would be so freaking amazing. I would appreciate it so, so much. I love you guys, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.